hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell.
Do y'all know what time it is? Do y'all really know what time it is? It's time to grab your popcorn, grab your best beverage. It's time to relax your ears. Wrestling season has returned, baby. Oh, yeah! That's right. And it's time for your main event. Coming down the aisle, we have the one, Bobby Wrestles. And he is accompanied by the beautiful Mia Moore. This is the main event. Welcome to the All About Wrestling Podcast.
It is Sunday, folks. Another day to talk about wrestling. Welcome to the All About Wrestling Podcast. I am your guy, Bobby Wrestles. Folks, we have a lot to talk about, folks. This is the All About Wrestling Podcast, all right? Tune in regularly to talk about wrestling, to do deep dives, right? To be objective, some to be subjective, right? A lot has transpired within a week, folks. Post-WrestleMania, we see the chips falling where they may, and there's a lot to talk about, all right? Make sure you keep it locked. I do want to give props to my sponsor, W Energy, your taste buds' favorite energy drink, all right? If you go to w.gg.com right now, get 10% off your order with promo code AAW. That's w.gg, w.gg, all right? And you see right here, I got the gear on. I got the swag, if you will, right? Folks, also, if you have a sweet tooth, go to Lucha Crunch Freeze Dry Candy, luchacrunchcandy.com. Get 10% off your first order. Make sure you check her out. She's doing a thing on the West Coast. All right? We have a lot to talk about, folks. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Post-WrestleMania, we've seen wrestlers get released. We've seen fans doing crazy stuff, doing the most, all right, all over social media. We've seen the new era ushered in, the Paul Levesque era, where we have witnessed new championship titles, right? And we're going to get into that. And then tonight we have a premium live event. Now, are you going to get the premium live event? AEW Dynasty. We're going to talk about that briefly. I don't know if I'm going to get it, and I'll explain why. It has nothing to do with the footage being released and the bad booking and things of that nature. But I think I do have a reasonable thought in reference to this, the format, all right? Bleacher Report, okay, if you've ordered pit reviews from AEW in the past, you understand what I'm talking about. Mr. Spades, hello, sir. Let's go. Leon the King TV. What's up? Good afternoon. Nothing much, man. Just talking about wrestling here, doing what I love for everyone, right? Folks, if you look behind me, you see the newest t-shirt. All right? I talked about this. It's a new concept, right? For our channel members, monthly, you're getting a t-shirt delivered to your door every single month. And let's unveil the t-shirt for May. Oh, yeah. For channel members, folks, we have the exclusive Diamonds Are Forever with the infamous, some say legendary, pro wrestler Tessa Blanchard right there, folks. So make sure you check out our website, aawpodcast.com, or join the channel on YouTube. All right, there you have it. Folks, I'm going to be dripping with the swag from the show. Make sure you get in. Make sure you know what to do because they are coming and they're coming hot and fast. Folks, it is time for the Wrestling Online Report. All right, folks, the Wrestling Online Report. We have some stuff to talk about. 5 WWE superstars released. Yes, I said it. 5 superstars released. All right, this is common, right? We're getting used to the flow. The post-WrestleMania shake-up, the release, the let go. Folks, it is what it is. It might be a new era, but the same old tactics have returned as WWE released a few superstars in their usual post-WrestleMania clean-out. The most noteworthy name of these releases is former WWE champion Jinder Mahal. The 37-year-old had 2 runs with the company, one which started in 2010 and lasted 4 years, and then returning in 2016 for round 2. Apart from the WWE title, he has won the United States Championship and the 24/7 Championship. Joining him on the unemployed list are his fellow Indian stars, Veer and Sangha. So the whole stable gone. And of course, others, right? I'm pretty sure you got the list. Unfortunate day for them. I hope they find work pretty soon. It's pretty sad, and I can kind of empathize with them, so that's unfortunate for them. Moving on. Did The Undertaker spoil the location for WrestleMania 41? Folks, in the latest episode of his 6 Feet Under podcast, The Undertaker seemed like he gave away the location of next year's WrestleMania. Quotes, "It's in Vegas next year," Taker said, before a long pause. That's what I think. I think I heard that. Good Lord. The location has not been officially announced by WWE yet, with Minneapolis being one of the front runners to host the show. But this is the first WrestleMania location to be chosen by the new regime. And considering Nick Khan's ties to Las Vegas, the location makes perfect sense. If Vegas is indeed the place, the Allegiant Stadium will be hosting the show, and presumably the next door T-Mobile Arena, the home of the other events. WWE are expected to formally announce a location within the next month. All right, so stay glued. All right, hold on to your seats. Pretty soon we're going to know where WrestleMania 41 is going to be. And I would like to officially announce I may be going to WrestleMania 41. I think I've gotten bitten by the bug. We will find out soon. All right, so make sure you keep it locked. WrestleMania is a whole nother animal. I was glad to finally have experienced that. All right, so good things coming up. The Battle Royal to decide who is the new WWE Women's World Champion. So the new WWE Women's World Champion will be crowned on Monday Night Raw via a Battle Royal. The title was vacated by former champion, Rhea Ripley on Monday after she suffered a shoulder injury the prior week in a backstage segment with Liv Morgan. Mommy warned everyone that whoever is the champion, when she returns, she will be back for blood. 16 WWE superstars, including Xia Li, who was released, were shown in the commercial, which aired during SmackDown, as participants. Those shown include Becky Lynch, Candice LeRae, Chelsea Green, Indy Hartwell, Ivy Nile, Kaden Carter, Katana Chance, Liv Morgan, Maxine Dupree, Natalya, Nia Jax, Piper Niven, Shayna Baszler, Tegan Nox, and Zoe Stark. All right, and lastly, early betting odds for Dynasty. So AEW is back on a pay-per-view tonight for its second show in its 2024 calendar with new arrival Dynasty. In the AEW World Title match, Samoa Joe will defend his gold against Swerve Strickland. Strickland is the heavy favorite heading into the match with 1-10 odds, while Joe is 11-2 to retain. New AEW Tag Team Champions will be crowned as FTR and the Young Bucks battle in a ladder match for the vacant title. That's going to be a match, folks. If I buy this premium live event, I think this is the match that's going to steal the show. All right. The EVPs are favorite with 1-20 odds, while FTR are 7-1 for the big upset. If there's one man who is unlikely to lose, according to bookmakers, it's Kazuchika Okada. All right, whose odds in the Continental title match are a whopping 1-50 to retain, while his opponent Pac is 12-1. Also, in the AEW Women's Title match, Timeless Toni Storm is also 1-10 favorite to retain the title, while Thunder Rosa is 11-2. All right, folks. So there you have it. That's the Wrestling Online report. Make sure you check them out, wrestling-online.com, for your latest wrestling news. All right, Steven Chambers, I see you in the chat. Hello, hello. Yes, speaking of Tessa Blanchard, TNA in talks of bringing her back. That would be special. I can see Xia Li going to Japan. I can see Jinder Mahal and Indus going to TNA. And Steve says, we will riot if Hangman interferes or there's a time limit draw. Yes, that would be terrible. Listen, let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted, all right? And I'll show you where I'm going with this. You see that? Yes, I am a Hangman fan. I am. But I'm an objective fan, meaning I make sense. And I know a lot of you are tired of seeing a Hangman interfere, feel like he needs to be involved in some way, right? This is Swerve's moment. Hangman, we will riot. I will riot from home if you interfere in this match. All right? I want to see Swerve win, right? This will be... Swerve would be, if he wins tonight, he will be the first African-American world heavyweight champion in AEW. All right, Mike D, hello, hello. Mr. Spades, AEW making sense? Come on, bro. Look. All right, I know. It's a cluster. AEW is a clusterfuck. It is. But we have to be objective, folks. As much bad booking as we've seen, as much bad decisions as we've seen, can we deny that they have great wrestling? Let's keep it real. Keep it real. If you're viewing this, keep it real. All right, dig deep. Look within yourselves. All right, and let's not, and no pun intended, Mr. Spade, let's call a spade a spade. All right, let's call a spade what it is. All right, folks. The Paul Levesque Era. All right. New World and WWE Tag Team Championships. What are your thoughts? Folks, the social media community has been buzzing. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised with your guys' response, with what you like as wrestling fans. And a lot of it's been exposed. Because some of these designs, you have no idea the lineage, the history of the design, who's held certain designs, right? Mick, what's up? What's up, Mick? Folks, you know what I'm talking about here, right? All right, let's talk about it. All right, so we had new championships unveiled, right? We had the World Tag Team Championships unveiled on Raw. That's the Awesome Truth. And you see the design there. I asked you guys, which design do you like? All right. And I said fire, cool. So most of you thought that the World Tag Team Championships were cool. I agree. All right. Justice done here. I think it was very appropriate, the poll here. All right. 63%. The majority said, yes, they're cool. They're not fire. Right, some said they were fire, but I think they're cool. And then your thoughts on the WWE Championships, which were unveiled on Friday Night SmackDown. 73%. The majority said fire. I agree, they're fire. And there's a reason for that. I got messages. Shout out to Nice Guy Andy from the Nice Guy Andy podcast. He hit me up and was like, yo, how can anyone say that these titles are meh? I agree. And Mr. Spades, I'll see you in the chat. You said, I love the new titles for SmackDown. Yes, because we're on the same page. We know the lineage with respect to that design. That design is everything. We asked the whole entire community, which design's better? The majority said 73% WWE Tag Team titles, which were unveiled on SmackDown. I agree. Now, I'm going to tell you why. All right, so there's the poll. Go ahead, take a screenshot. All right, this is exclusive contender polling right here. All right, Folks, the design is everything, right? All right, so, of course, that's my favorite, the SmackDown or the new WWE Tag Team Championships. All right, the design has been held by legendary tag teams. Legendary. And a lot of these new folks, these new wrestling fans, if you didn't like the design, you have no idea who these teams were. None. All right, I wrote down a few of my favorites, all right? Yes, and Steven Chambers, SmackDown tag titles remind me of the late 80s tag titles. Yes, you know why? Same design. This design was held by the Hart Foundation, right? The Hart Foundation. Bret Hart, Jimmy Anvil Neidhart, the Steiner brothers, the Legion of Doom, Earthquake, Typhoon, Demolition. That's what we're dealing with here. They brought it back. We talk about bringing back the Winged Eagle. Folks, we're on the start of something here. Start with the tag team titles. They blow the world tag team titles out of the water. No mistake. Absolutely no mistake. They're gold. They're beautiful, folks. They're beautiful. All right. So now that's one of the biggest moves, one of the biggest changes and transitions within the Paul Levesque era. All right. So these titles are now uniquely different. All right. Before you had the Raw and the SmackDown titles, they looked identically similar. The only difference was the color of the strap. Now we have titles that are completely different, all right? The strap doesn't matter. The designs are different. This reminds me of the golden age of WCW, where they had two different types of tag team titles. Remember that? Ultimately, the New World Order ended up having both titles, all right, when you fast forward, right? But this is great because now I like it. I really like it. They're both beautiful, but the WWE tag titles, they just have a special place in my heart. I was there when these legendary tag teams were fighting for that design, and it was brought back. Can we see the Winged Eagle? Is this the opening? Is the door kicked open? Is the floodgates released for this Winged Eagle Championship? Are we going back to the historical designs, right? Are they gonna change the Intercontinental Championship? The United States Championship? Who knows? Who knows? Now, I don't think we'll ever see the United States Championship of old from WCW. I mean, I think that's well in the past unless they modify it and they change it in some way. All right, so but this Paul Levesque era, we've seen a lot of great things. What's next? All right, what's next to come down the pike? A lot to talk about. All right, moving along, folks. Moving along. So, of course, you always feel free to stream in. If you do want to stream in, let me check the collab cam right now. Make sure nobody's in the queue. Okay. Yeah, if you want to stream in, there's the email, allaboutwrestlingnow@gmail.com. Email us. Let us know you emailed us, and we'll send you back the link. All right, you can also call in. Folks, all right, moving along. Do fans take things too far? This has become an ongoing conversation, all right? And this is, I don't want to say it started on the show with the Maxine Dupree situation. Remember that? Right? But there's always two sides to every story. There's always people who are in support of various different sides. They have different perspectives, right? But we're talking about the situation, specifically Liv Morgan and an angry fan. Now, I did do a YouTube short with respect to this. It's gotten thousands of views, numerous replies, comments, and the majority, they say, oh, she had it coming. Some people say that she was unprotected. They blame Dirty Dom for walking away. How can you walk away and milliseconds later, there's a loud cheer and you're nowhere to be found, right? Right? But we're going with the story here. And we saw Rhea Ripley aggressively slammed into a wall, making contact with her elbow, injured, out, has to relinquish the Women's World Championship, right? And then things have changed. A lot of fans have taken to social media to express their displeasure with what's going on. One fan specifically, did he take things too far? All right, so WWE star Liv Morgan slams a fan who's praying for her to be injured. Now, I posted a video in my community section of a guy on X, and there's a dual split screen where he's talking about, the screen is showing the incident where Liv Morgan pops up and she's taunting Rhea Ripley, while the guy's voice and video of him is kind of like commentary, and he's going on and on and on. He's praying for Liv Morgan to get injured. His name is Vic on X. There you see him there. Of course, Liv Morgan responded. She says, guys, don't be mad at him. He probably pleasures himself in his socks for a living, right? Now, to be precise, this guy, you can hear him in the video saying, oh, you know, I wish she tears her ACL. I hope she gets paralyzed, right? He's praying that she gets injured. Well, douchebag, don't you understand that all of that is it's kayfabe? It's kayfabe, bro. It wasn't intentional. But you can tell he's taking things too far, right? Mr. Spades, this fan, and the Kevin Scamp police scumbag calling Jay Evans a house over and over are absolutely disgusting. I agree. And this was after he called him a slave. Some fans don't deserve the oxygen. I agree. Stephen Chambers, injuries are a part of the business. Fans just need to relax. I agree. Akash SP, yo, what's going on? Folks, Akash is in the chat. Akash SP is from India. So he's watching this from India right now. So, folks, yeah, he said he hopes she tears her ACL. He hopes she gets paralyzed. He's talking about Liv Morgan, by the way. And then he said he's had better. He said, don't mind my appearance, but I've had better. Really, bro? Really? This is where we're going? If you can see, I asked you guys, do fans take things too far? Objectively, you said yes, 83%. Now, you can see Liv Morgan, she capitalized off of this. She came out with new merch, and her t-shirt says, cry about it. Very timely, very appropriate. Bro, what's going on? Would you like to come on the show? Folks in the chat, if you want to see Vic come on the show and explain himself, type 1. Type 1 in the chat right now. I will get Vic here to explain himself. Now, if we get Vic on the show to explain himself, folks, we have to be kind, all right? I know you guys in the chat, you troll very viciously. We can be aggressive, right? But I just want to see his side of the story. Let's be objective here. Can we get Vic on the show? I'm going to reach out to Vic and see if we can get Vic on the show. Mr. Spades, I see your 1. Throw them ones up. Throw them ones up. Nah. Oh, Stephen Chambers, me aggressive? Nah. Steve, come on, bro. Steve, I've seen your work. I've seen that work, and I don't want none of that work. It is what it is. Stephen Chambers put the 1 up. I'm going to reach out to Vic and get Vic on the show. All right? I think that'll be very, very interesting. All right? So I'm going to reach out to Vic. All right? Yeah, so fans, sometimes they take things too far. Shout out to everybody who was on my side, right? When the whole Maxine Dupree thing happened and wrestlers took in support of her saying that we can't boo her, completely different situation, all right? Booing is not wishing harm against anyone, right? Here you have Vic. He's saying he's praying. And perhaps he was trolling. Was he trolling? All right. Was he being funny? He's getting a lot of traction. All right. Possibly making money off of this. Right. And we're talking about it. All right. So kudos to Vic. Kudos to Vic. All right. Perhaps he has a formula to capitalize. He's a capitalist and he's winning. All right. So yeah, Akash, bro, forgot it's kayfabe. We're going to see. I'm going to reach out to him. All right. I will reach out to him. I will let you know his response. All right. All right. And lastly, well, before we move into our last topic, I'm going to unveil our t-shirt again. Let's go. Yeah. There you see it, folks. I am a Tessa Blanchard fan, by the way. I thought she was great. Ahead of her time. She's doing her thing in Mexico. Tessa Blanchard, Diamonds Are Forever. Generational superstar, of course, right? Father, former member of the Four Horsemen. All right, May 2024. Make sure you join the channel. Get in on this exclusive deal. T-shirt delivered to your door. There you have it. Yes, and Akash says she's going back to TNA. All right, so you mirror the comments and remarks of one of our other viewers. All right. And there you have it, folks. Our True Contender channel membership. All right, one T-shirt per month. Members only live streams, loyalty badges, and custom emojis that you can display in the chat live. $14.99. Make sure you join the channel. There you have it. All right, folks. Lastly, I want to ask you: are you watching AEW Dynasty tonight? Are you watching it? Are you buying it? Are you going to Bleacher Report? If you're in America, Akash, I don't know how you would watch this. Could you please explain to us how you would watch this in India? What platform would you use? You know, what's the process there? But here in America, if you get an AEW Premium Live event, you have to go to Bleacher Report. Okay? And Mr. Spade says, no. Steven Chambers says, yes. Akash says, we have the channel. So is it an AEW channel, or is it Bleacher Report? Is there a third-party app where you have to buy the pay-per-view, or do you get it for free? Mr. Spades, why aren't you getting it? I'm gonna explain why I'm not getting it. So one of the things that I do not like with the Bleacher Report format is when you buy a Premium Live event, you're glued to the screen. And what I mean by that is, you can't, if you come into the show, I don't believe if it's the first viewing of the show, you can't rewind it. So you're stuck there until the replay, which probably is not released to the next day. So either you miss a good portion of it, or you can't rewind it, and you're stuck there. So they're limiting your freedom here. With Peacock, it's a little bit different, although I don't like how you can rewind there because you can rewind too far. It's not very exact, but it's very strange. It's very strange, the AEW set up through Bleacher Report, and I guess that's who they went with. Steven Chambers, Bleacher Report, bad feed last pay-per-view. Yeah, that's another thing. Sometimes there's blackouts. You can hear the sound. You can't see. Or, and this has happened to me, I bought a Premium Live event through AEW on Bleacher Report, and it was the Spanish announcing. It didn't switch back to English. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they ironed that out. Akash, yes, we have a channel name, or they have a Eurosport channel where AEW will air on. It will be morning, 4:30 at morning. Okay, so 4:30 in the morning, they're getting the AEW Premium Live events. Mr. Spades, Bleacher Report is trash. Plus, there's only 3 matches I would be interested in. Not enough to pay to see. Yes. Stephen Chambers, hey, Tony Khan, 2 words for you. Streaming service. Perhaps. They lost a lot of momentum, Steve, with respect to actually having their own streaming service. TV deals, we're going to have to keep our eyes focused and locked on what's going to happen next. But those matches, Mr. Spades, I'm curious to see if we have the same idea. And what I mean by that, I do want to see the main event, the AEW World Championship. All right. Is tonight Swerve's night? And it's scaring me. Somebody said it in the chat with Hangman interfering. We have not seen or heard from Hangman, which makes it likely as a surprise, right? Also, will MJF show up? He's been quiet. Folks, tonight may be the night for Swerve unless we are going to get derailed and upset, unless people are going to interfere and have a riot. Folks, a lot. Mr. Spade says Joe versus Strickland is history. Okay. Steve says save MJF and Forbidden Door Long Island. Yes, they must pull the plug on Swerve. Gosh, folks, we may witness history. Will Swerve be the first African American champion in AEW? If not, he's to the back of the line. I'm sorry to say, if he loses tonight, folks, it should, as a booker, it should take him a while to be placed back in front of us for the main event picture. And I'm just being realistic, right? Because then you're force feeding him to us, and we don't want that. He has to win tonight. Otherwise, get him out of here. Get him out of here. Okay. I see you, Mr. Spades. I see you. So, yes, the dream match. Danielson versus Ospreay, folks. Ospreay has been nothing short of spectacular. I'm looking forward to him and Bryan Danielson. We're going to see magic tonight. This is the match that I would pay $50 for. This is the match that I would be forced to sit glued to my couch because I can't rewind an AEW Premium Live event. Who wins? It would be very sad if Bryan Danielson loses. Because he's lost matches that I think he should not have lost, and I hate to see him take another L. However, Will Ospreay is on a roll. The stuff that he gives us on a regular basis, and by the way, I'm on his side when he had those comments for Paul Levesque. He does grind. He's all over the place. Internationally, folks, Will Ospreay is the real deal, and he only gets better. He's like fine wine. He gets better with age. Steven Chambers picking Ospreay. Mr. Spades, Danielson versus Ospreay. Akash, hell yeah, he is so over, and now you may disagree, but the AEW is still somewhat interested due to this match. Yes. Yes, I agree. So this is one match I want to see, and of course, I have to talk about it, folks. I have to talk about it just because the trends in wrestling news, folks. Yes, this is the match that was built upon, the story was built upon the footage that was released, or at least that's what we're being told. The Young Bucks versus FTR for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Folks, is it going to be a ladder match? Now, we know with regard to ladder matches and stunts and aerial acrobatics, the Young Bucks, they will deliver. In my opinion, this is going to be cringeworthy because we're going to have FTR, who's a lot heavier technicians, if you will, in my opinion, in a ladder match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. This is a match I'd like to see. All right, so a lot to take place with respect to star power. Of course, we have Mercedes Moné, MJF possibly showing up, Adam Page potentially getting involved. There's a lot of championship matches tonight at this Dynasty event. All right. Steven Chambers picking Bucks. Jack Perry returns, helping the Bucks to win. Steve, if Jack Perry returns, major points for AEW. They got me. That's me. That's my opinion. If Jack Perry returns tonight and he's all scruffy with the beard and a leather jacket, I'm all for it. Let's see more Jack Perry, right? Akash, this tag match is going to be a banger, and don't forget about Punk. I don't see Punk returning at all. He was just a catalyst for them to start their story. Okay, Mr. Spade says to Tony Storm. Tony Storm is gold. She's elevated her character game, right? She's had the wrestling. She's so great on the camera with her segments. Steven Chambers, Drew McIntyre's been wrestling with a hyperextended elbow, got hurt wrestling Seth at Mania, wearing a brace, wrestling in the UK tour. Okay. All right, so he's doing live events in UK. Also, hold on, let me see. Meow Moore's texting me. I also heard that he made a comment. I guess they were booing him. Was it England or it was Ireland? And he said, "You know what? No WrestleMania here for you guys." And they all got upset. Yes, Akash Perry is famous due to Punk, so I'm saying that. Oh, he is. He is. Everyone knew who he was, but like major heel power, the energy from off of this whole story, right? Can we credit Perry? Can we credit Perry with getting Punk fired? That's tough. That's real. Hold on, let me just somebody's texting me. I might get this event, folks, just to see. It is a part of my duty, my obligation, my responsibility to report on this stuff, right? To watch this stuff and get in front of this camera and open the platform for us to talk about it, right? That's what we do, right? It's important to me. It's very important. Okay, so folks, thanks for tuning in. Lastly, is Stephen Chambers. Another thing to note, Cash Wheeler has a court date coming. Oh, the road rage incident. Yes. When is that date, Steve? Do you know exactly? Let us know in the chat. Let's talk about it, because I'll write it down and I'll follow up on that. May. All right, so next month. May court date for Cash Wheeler. Yeah, Seth got a knee surgery. We're still trying to figure out if it was, which type of surgery it was. There's one where you're out extended and there's one where you're back quickly. But I think he should just take time. Like, just relax. You're Seth freaking Rollins. All right, so there we have it, folks. I'm going to reach out to Vic to see if we can get him on. That would be a great show. I really believe it would be a great show. We get to talk to him. Folks, be nice, play nice. Perhaps he's a genius. I mean, sometimes we capitalize off of moments in the wrestling world. I've done it, right? I have a YouTube short where I have hundreds of thousands of views because I said, you know what? This is golden. And now I got hundreds of thousands of views, folks. We are past 500,000 views total for the channel. And we're going to rock out and have a party and a celebration when we hit 1 million. So, folks, thanks for tuning in. As always, I'm your guy, Bobby Rassles. If you like this episode, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and catch us every Sunday where we talk about wrestling, right? Till next time, take care of yourself and each other's. Love wrestling and be heard.